Our 2023 deadline previews continue again with the Detroit Red Wings. The Red Wings are, of course, a wild card team more or less this year, as they have a 22-20-8 record for 52 points. They have scored 149 goals and have led in 166, and they are 23rd in the NHL. As it goes for projected cap space, they have $6.5 million. However, with all of these free agents that are coming off the books, they're definitely going to have a lot more space, or will they? We're going to start off with the RFAs because that is a short list. You have Joe Veleno. Veleno has never really panned out to the level that the Red Wings wanted him to. Maybe, I haven't seen any legitimate rumors, but maybe the Red Wings think about making him a trade piece and maybe giving him a change of scenery come the deadline. Who knows? Just a thought I'd throw it out there. Then you also have Gustav Lindstrom as well, who has come up into the lineup a couple times this season for the Red Wings and has played pretty well. So I'd imagine he gets a pretty decent contract. And then as it goes for that very long unrestricted free agency list, we're going to start off with the two biggest ones. You got Dylan Larkin here to start off. So obviously, there's been so many different rumors surrounding Dylan Larkin and the Red Wings. The last I saw, he was looking at an $8 million deal for his next contract. Not sure if the Red Wings want to offer him that, though. There's been some consideration of whether or not they want to move him. Apparently, Larkin's camp has been very upset with the offers the Red Wings have been giving him. So that may mean that he's likely on the move. However, I haven't seen really any teams, be interested in him. I got to be honest. I haven't really seen any teams show genuine interest. I know there's definitely teams out there, but I haven't seen any, and that's the biggest thing with Dylan Larkin, obviously. The other one is Tyler Bertuzzi. Now, Bertuzzi I haven't seen getting interest either, and that's because they're going to get much less value. They're going to get much less value back in return for this year's deadline in contrast if they dealt him last deadline. So it's definitely going to affect him. And obviously Bertuzzi, I don't think he's gotten the vaccine yet, so that definitely affects what a lot of teams think of him. So that's definitely obviously going to bring down his value as it is. But obviously those are the two biggest ones. We'll see what happens to both of them. Now on to the other remaining UFAs, and there are a lot of them. Starting off here with P.S. Sutter. Sutter came from Chicago. In the 2 years that he was with this team, he hasn't really panned out to the level that Red Wings fans expected him to be. Me neither, obviously. But obviously, Sutter could prove interesting. They might let him walk. They might not. I'm not really too sure about that. Oscar Sundqvist there as well. He may be gone. We'll see, though. Ali Mata, too. I forgot to mention him. He could also be an interesting trade piece. I've seen some teams inquire him. I've heard the LA Kings, maybe. And then maybe the Washington Capitals as well. Or I might have heard that from somewhere else, because my boss is a Capitals fan. But anyways, Ali Mata there, interesting defender. We'll see if he gets dealt. Jordan Osterley, I doubt he gets signed. Really not. He hasn't been all that. Then you also have Jake Wallman there as well. Hit the gritty. We'll see if he gets re-signed to a contract. I hope he does. He seems like a good player. Robert Haig as well. I've always liked Haig. Haig has been one of my favorite players for a long time since he left the Flyers. I do hope he gets re-signed by the Red Wings, but if not, come back to Philly, Haig, honestly. Then you have Magnus Hellberg there as well, like a third-string goaltender. I don't know if he played that many games, to be honest with you. I saw he had like a record a couple months ago. I can't exactly remember what it was, but probably won't turn into anything. Mark Pysyk there as well. We'll see if he gets re-signed or not. Adam Ernie, probably not. And then you obviously have Alex Nedeljkovic as well. He's down in the minors, if I'm correct. He might even be in the player assistance program. I highly doubt he gets dealt or signed either way. In terms of buyers or sellers, it's kind of split. I've seen Red Wings fans kind of want to buy. I've seen Red Wings fans want to stay put, and I've seen Red Wings fans want to sell. So really, they could kind of go multiple ways at this year's deadline. However, in my opinion, I think they should sell. Honestly, this team isn't there yet. They faced a lot of setbacks. Obviously, Raymond, and their record is better than last year's at the deadline, but Raymond hasn't played a level above from last year. Sider took a step back. He's in a sophomore slump. Those players are young. You still got a lot of players to move into the lineup. Obviously, the Larkin thing's going on. I'll know by next season whether or not this team's ready for playoffs. I'm not too sure yet still, but I do think they should 100% sell. Of course, when you're talking about players who you can deal for assets, you obviously have Dylan Larkin, Tyler Bertuzzi there 100%. But also Jacob Verana there as well. There were reports that Verana's played his last game with the Red Wings. However, he has apparently been called up since. So really, I don't know if they're going to deal him or not. We'll see how he plays in these last couple of games with Detroit before the trade deadline. But obviously, he's one of the wild cards. We shall see. In terms of draft picks for 2023, they have 1 first-round pick, 2 seconds, 1 third, 1 fourth, 1 fifth, 1 sixth, and 1 seventh. So they're pretty good draft picks wise. So if they wanted to buy, I guess they could, but I can't really see any player that they could go out and get right now that really would improve the team enough to get them into the playoffs. And